Well, hello and welcome to our front yard garden in the South Carolina upstate. This is episode 23 this year. It is July 13th, 2024, and we're here on a Saturday morning. I don't usually get out this early. It's only about 7 o'clock. Beautiful clear sky. It's going to be about 93 degrees today, and I thought a lot of times when I come out in the later in the day, some of the flowers have already started to wilt a bit, and I thought we could show some of them at their at the peak of their glory. In particular, not surprisingly, the morning glories. These are usually done by the time I get out here. We have quite a few here at our mailbox bed, and a couple different shades of purple, this lighter purple and then the dark, and we have quite a few of them growing up kind of over the top of where our clematis was earlier in the year. Also a purple flower that's long since finished up, and you can see quite a few of these growing. So we're going to get a lot more morning glories, but they're going to be limited to the early morning hours, as the name would suggest. Along with those, though, we do have other colors. A lot of vinca here doing very well. My wife Jenny, who has appeared on some of these videos, moved some of our vinca out of this bed and into another bed, and we're going to see those a little bit later. She felt that they might do a little bit better there with not quite as much sun. The really dominant flower in this garden, though, or in this bed, is the zinnias, or are the zinnias. Lots of colors of these. They keep getting bigger and bigger. These are all from seed. She grew these on the back porch. Quite a few different colors, and these will continue to bloom all through the summer and into the early fall. So we're looking forward to a lot of color here coming up. We also have a few phlox left. They're just about finished, but they gave us a nice addition to the color, and we had some oriental lilies as of as recently as last week, but they're all done. And that'll take us back up to the house, or close to the house. We've finally done some weeding and deadheading, so some of these beds are starting to look a little bit better. This miniature knockout rose actually is having a little bit of trouble. It's lost a lot of its leaves from black spot, and so it has to come back a little bit, but it's still putting out some flowers, small roses. And we've got a lot of vinca in this bed. A few of them are starting to bloom already, but a lot of them are still just getting started. So we're looking at probably August to get most of the color back into this bed. And if you may notice, the pansies and Johnny jump-ups that were so prevalent here are almost completely gone. We have one left. It's not doing too well. They do not handle the heat well, so they've largely died off, and we've removed them to make room for other things. And over on this side, we have kind of a general mix of zinnias, marigolds, more vinca growing, dianthus here still blooming. I'm not sure how long this will continue to bloom. It's primarily a spring flower, but it has continued to give us flowers well into the summer so far. This one zinnia here, this blood red one, is really unique. We don't have that particular color anywhere else in the entire garden. We've got liatris over here. Liatris is a bulb we put in. We had some in the backyard, didn't do too well. They give you these long stalks of purple, very fragile purple color. They're very unique, not a typical flower in any way. And then we have coreopsis here, just about finished. Even if we deadhead these, I don't think we'll get much more out of them this year. A lot of vinca just starting to bloom through here, more zinnias. We've got quite a few black-eyed Susans coming up from seed, and some Shasta daisies. We've got climbing roses in the back. This one in particular has done very well. Leaves really struggled with black spot in the early part of the year, but now they're slowly but surely coming back. The plant itself looks very healthy, and these over here did give us a few flowers early in the year. We haven't really deadheaded them too much, but I think for the most part they're about done. We have a few Asiatic and Oriental lilies here, still budding. They'll give us some color maybe in another couple of weeks. And as we continue over into the shaded area, our hydrangeas are largely finished for the year, although they still the occasional ones that have some color on them, and the others are slowly fading, but they still have some color. This is primarily a late spring bush for the most part. And then I'll show off my little lemon grove here, doing very well. No lemons, no flowers or anything, but they are doing well. This is the biggest lemon tree, about 3 or 4 years old now. It struggled with some parasites earlier in the year, but it's getting some new leaves now to replace ones that had fallen off, so hopefully it will do well. Our orange tree over here doing well. Again, no flowers or buds, but I'm going to keep fertilizing them and hoping for the best. You just never know what you might run into. They might suddenly start to put out a lot of flowers at some point. I've heard that from other people that I talk to who have these. A lot of them have had good success with the flowers. They're not in the direct sun, but they don't seem to do terribly well in the direct sun. So not quite sure what the best place is for those. As far as our yard is concerned, the front porch, which is mostly shade, is actually a better place for them, but it may not be best for flowering. Showing off our snapdragons here. They're pretty much done for the year. We've had snaps that would continue to bloom throughout the year, but these seem to be done. Hosta's also done flowering. I finally got through this bed last week and weeded it and got all the shoots from this crepe myrtle tree taken out. That was quite a job, but it's a very necessary job, because without that, the crepe myrtle will basically take over a bed in no time. Also have our butterfly bush, not completely done, but it's about 98% done. There are a few little flowers left, but not much. And then I did get a chance to deadhead the big wall of knockout roses here in the front. So hopefully they will start to give us some more blooms before too long. They generally do pretty well if you deadhead them. I just had not done that, getting the big seed pods knocked out. Those really suck the energy out of a plant. Here I have some more vinca doing pretty well. These are ones that were transplanted from the front bed, and they look good. We have dahlias here. Dahlia plants actually seem to be doing better than they have done in the past. We've only had a handful of flowers so far. We've got one right now that's in bloom over here, but hopefully we'll be getting more before too long. Otherwise, this bed is kind of at a transition point. Not a lot to show off here. There's one oriental lily back here, I'll zoom in on, and for the most part the lilies are done. The knockout roses are again kind of in between phases. We're getting the occasional flowers, but not a ton. Daylilies are finished up, but we do have some zinnias, and there are a few more oriental lilies that are going to come out a little bit later, but most of them, especially back in this area, are done. The Monarda are largely finished up. We have a handful of Monarda flowers left, but for the most part, This was a spring bed. We'll get a little bit more color out of it as the year progresses, but for the most part it's done. And that's it for our garden. A little shorter video today. You know, we're at a point right now where there's not a ton of color outside of the zinnias and vinca, and you know, there will be more later on, but for the time being, that is our garden. So we're going to go ahead and do our backyard video shortly, and so wherever you are, I hope it's sunny, and until next time, happy gardening.